Hey guys, what's up? I just thought I'd make a video for you guys today about the Tinley Park show, how it went, some of the stuff that I picked up. I'll actually show you some of the cool animals that I picked up, and give a special thanks to all the people that stopped by the table and stopped by and said hi, and tell you a little bit about all the stuff that happened there, my experiences, stuff like that. I want to give a shout out to Timberline. They got me this shirt, so I'm going to throw that on to give them a little bit of a shout out. That's where I get all my mealworms and crickets from. I said that I would give them a shout out, and here we go. Definitely, they have great food. The nice thing about the facility is it's a closed facility, and they're very, very strict about stuff. Even like the food that comes in and stuff like that. So it's very, very nice. They never had a problem with like the cricket virus, stuff like that because of it. Even whenever they go to shows, they don't take any of the that stuff back, the live stuff back, because they don't want to get their collection infected or anything like that. So a very, very great place to buy all your feeders from. So I'm going to give those guys a shout out. And actually at the auction that went on Saturday, I actually won the 100,000 count millworms. So that was kind of cool. That'll definitely keep everybody fed for probably about a month. So that's really cool. Let's dive into the show and stuff like that. As you can see, the banner's down. I still really haven't unpacked anything. I'm just actually going through and unpacking all the leopard geckos right now. I did put the stuff that I got away last night because it's actually amphibians this time. I didn't want them sitting in their like poop water any longer than they had to, so I set those guys up last night. But the geckos, they waited till this morning, which today's Tuesday morning. I didn't even know what day it was. So a little bit of a brief rundown of what all happened this weekend, and what I did as far as like getting everything ready and stuff like that. I actually didn't even realize I was going to get a table until about Tuesday. That's whenever I was talking to Brian Barczyk from Snake Bites TV and BHB. And he said, because I was planning on going anyway, just to hang out and stuff like that, going to see the show to see if I wanted to do it in January. And he basically talked me into, well, hey, they have tables available, you should just get one. So I ended up getting one, and basically, just packed up a bunch of stuff, and away we went. I actually got everything, because whenever you do a show like that, you got to make sure that the animals are taken care of back home first. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, actually Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, was all about getting everybody ready to go here, so that whenever I left, everything would be good for a couple days. Which I think I'm going to actually make a video of that whole process, probably for the April White Plains show that I'll be doing. That way you guys can see kind of what's going on and what I do to get ready for a show, and me doing the show, and then the unpacking and all that stuff. So hopefully I'll be able to do that and maybe edit it all together, so that you guys can see actually what I do and stuff like that. But basically, had everything ready to go, had the car packed with all like the hard goods, like the banner, the frame, all the stuff to, lay out the table, the show cages, all that stuff. I had all that stuff packed on Wednesday. And then Thursday morning, I woke up and packed up the animals. That probably took about 60 to 70, I would say, because I didn't want those guys sitting in the tub longer than they should. So I pack those usually up the morning that I leave, just so that it's a little bit less stress on them. Because even packing them on Thursday, like I said, they didn't get back here till Monday, and then a lot of the leopard geckos didn't get unpacked until this morning, which is Tuesday. So that's quite a long time in the deli cup. But a lot of like the bigger animals and stuff like that, of course, they get bigger deli cups, especially like the animals that I took to show some people. So they were in bigger deli cups, so they weren't cramped or anything like that. Yeah, so Thursday morning, packed up the animals, ended up leaving here about 8:30 in the morning. And actually, my grandmother came with me because she has family in Detroit, so she made the drive up with me. Stopped by, picked her up, and we basically drove to Detroit. Pretty much straight. We like stopped for lunch in Ohio, but we got up to BHB about I think it was about 4:15. So stopped by the facility there. Got to look around, and I mean, that place is amazing. You guys see it on snake bites all the time, but to see it in person, it just really, really blows you away. Because you don't get a scope of really how big it is until you actually see it with your own eyes and stuff like that. Like the colubrid room, like the aisle, it just seems like it goes on forever. I mean, it definitely takes a little while to walk down through. I think I was talking to Sam about how many Sam from Snake Bites and BHB. Talking to her about like how many racks she thinks are actually like how long it is, and it's actually 44. Each aisle is 44 racks long. So that definitely takes a little while. I mean, here at my place, I only have like 26 total set up, and each row is 44 long. So that's pretty crazy. So and then I got to see the ball python room, see Satan, and Satan. I mean, she's no joke. I mean, she is definitely a monster, and like they don't play her up for nothing. I mean, she definitely is an aggressive snake, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, she can definitely be a little scary. But it was cool. I got to see a lot of the ball pythons and stuff like that for all you ball python breeders out there. Brian's got some amazing stuff there. Stuff that you probably don't get to see a whole lot. But we'll leave all that stuff a secret. And just a crazy amount of different things. Chewy's room, the baby room, just amazing as well. Just so many little babies and little tubs everywhere. And it was definitely cool to see, the whole thing in general, but and how well everything was taken care of. And I mean, it's for that many animals and that kind of stuff, like it was just amazing to see how well it was all taken care of and how well it's done. So spent Thursday evening up there, helped Brian pack a little bit for the show because he got a little bit behind with packing. I got to help him pack up, and then Friday morning we met back at the shop again and got to pack the van up, stuff like that, and then probably left the shop about I would say about 9 o'clock. And then got to Chicago probably about 1 o'clock their time because we actually went. We got to since we went back a time zone, it was we actually like lost an hour, if you will. So we got to Chicago and we got all set up, stuff like that. I got to go around Friday while we were all setting up and get to talk to people like Wally from Supreme Gecko, and got to talk with Garrick from CrestedGecko.com or RoyalConstrictorDesign.com. Both very, very nice guys. I got to talk to the Jeffs from JMG, which is really nice to be able to hang out with your peers, talk with your peers, talk a little bit about stuff, and it's cool because I don't really get to do that a whole lot. With the friends that I have, outside of the business. So it's definitely cool to go and talk with other breeders, stuff like that, and see what they brought to the show. And it was just really, really nice. The show is a little bit smaller than normal. I guess in October it's about twice the size that it is in March, but it was still a good sized show. It was probably about the size of White Plains, even though it was half the size. So it's very, very nice. And then after the setup on Friday, there was the meeting of the minds, if you will, talking about like all the USARK stuff that's going on and what to what hopefully to do. And that was very long and lengthy, and it was one of those things that I don't think a whole lot got accomplished, which kind of stinks. But I think it's going to be up to us as breeders and keepers to really get the word out there. And I think that because of how nothing was really done, I think a couple more people are actually going to step up, and they are really going to take it by the horns, if you will. There's some cool things that are going to happen with it, I believe, where we're almost going to get like a coalition together to kind of guide what we need to do, so that people like Andrew can have a better idea of what we want as the hobbyists and the business people and the keepers and all that stuff, to kind of guide the ship, if you will. But I want to give a special thanks to Justin, that you guys have probably seen his YouTube video of how we need to come together and stuff like that. The guy, he's out from Nevada. I got to hang out with him this weekend. Really, really awesome guy. Does some cool magic tricks and stuff like that. His business card one is really, really good. So if you guys ever get to see him in person, ask for a business card. Basically, whenever he pulls it out of his wallet, he actually catches it on fire. So it's very, very cool, because everybody's like, whoa! But very, very cool guy. He gave an excellent speech about why he was there and stuff like that, and the reasoning that he does stuff, and it definitely choked a lot of people up. He actually is a teacher, and if you guys didn't see the live stream of what he said and stuff like that, you might be able to actually look it up. But basically, one of his students that basically they diagnosed her with a type of autism, and she was very kind of introverted and stuff like that, and because of him showing his reptiles and stuff like that to her, she actually became she just blossomed, because that was her way of being able to learn and express things and stuff like that. So right now she's doing very, very well with being able to interact with people a lot easier and stuff like that. But unfortunately, she actually has a brain tumor, and just a very, very sad story and sad case. But I want to, give a shout out to her and her family. That I hope everything goes well, and hopefully Justin will keep us updated on her status and stuff like that. But very, very sad case. Very cute little girl that she's going to have surgery now to try to remove that tumor from her brain. And I mean, I'm kind of getting a little teary-eyed now. But guys, show your support, and it's little girls like that we're fighting for to keep our reptiles, because without people like that, like, this stuff's kind of meaningless. You know what I mean? So definitely look into that more. I'll keep you updated on it as well. But yeah, it's just a crazy thing that it makes a lot of the little bickering and fights and stuff like that. Why? Like, why are we doing that? Like, there's no need for it. We got to band together. If we don't band together, it's all going to be over. You know what I mean? So we need to really come together and do this. But yeah. Whew. All right. But anyway, back to like the rest of what happened and stuff like that. I've had fun on Friday night as well. Got to hang out with the BHB crew and all those guys, which is a blast. I mean, it's those guys are definitely a good time to hang out with. But Saturday, the show opened. It was a very, very busy show. It was very, very good. Got to sell a couple animals. Got to talk with a lot of people. A lot of people that actually watch these videos. So to everybody that stopped by the table, I'm going to give you another shout out, and thanks for stopping by and talking and stuff like that. I hope you guys got to see some cool animals in person. I did bring a couple animals that were kind of like just to kind of show off the different morphs and stuff like that. I brought one of the Hardwickies so people could see that. Brought some of the G Project white and yellows that were like, really crazy colors, some of my holdback stuff. Brought like a snow radar white and yellow, which actually probably a lot of people didn't even notice what it was, because it didn't turn as many heads as like the G Project white and yellow stuff or the hard wiki. But then brought some other white and yellows, some snow white and yellows, some radar stuff, just a good variety of stuff, so people could see what I work with and what I'll have like kind of available in October as well. And the show went really well, like I said, on Saturday. I think the show, we got in at 9, I believe, to, reset up everything, make sure everything was clean, good to go. VIPs, I believe, were allowed in at 10, and then I think the show opened at 11, I'm pretty sure. It might have opened up at 10 and we were in there at 8. I think that's right. I think we were in there at 8 and then the show opened up at 10 for people. But the VIPs were allowed in at 9. I think that's how it went. I can't remember because I wasn't really looking at my clock or anything like that. And then the show went till about 5. And then they did the whole sweeping thing to get everybody out. And then, then there was the auction on Saturday, which was really cool. Brian Potter, really, really funny guy. He was the guy that was doing the auction. Just cracking jokes left and right. He's definitely a good guy and almost like a comedian in a way. So it kept it fun. A lot of great stuff went in the auction. I believe that they raised $27,000 for USARK, which is very good. Actually, I think the proceeds were split half and half between USARK and I think PJAC, but I'm not sure. I can't remember what it was. And I actually donated a white and yellow to it, and actually won my own white and yellow because I wanted to, donate some money to the cause as well. So I actually put up a white and yellow, and then actually, bought it back myself. So it was kind of funny. But then I also got, like I said, the 100,000 millworms from Timberline, which got a great deal on those. So I was really happy about that. That I'll pretty much have food for the next month. So it was kind of one of those things that I bought it in advance. And then there's some other cool animals that went in the auction. Garrick DeMeyer, he put up a pair of, I believe that they were caramel spider or ball pythons, which those were really cool. Those were awesome. And then a couple other people put up some really cool stuff. Like there was an autographed guitar, couple bottles of alcohol that actually went for a lot of money because a lot of people are partiers that go to the show. But then anyway, after the auction, we actually Sam from BHB actually made the guy from can't remember where he's from. I think it's Reptile Radio, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Kind of made a comment to him that they should sumo wrestle. So he actually went out and rented the sumo suits, and we had a small room that they actually did the sumo thing, which was really, really funny. Brian and Lori from BHB actually squared off against each other, and actually Lori kicked the crap out of Brian. But it was really funny. And a couple other people did the sumo thing, and it was just really funny. It was cool to see some of the big names in the hobby doing sumo. So it was really, really funny. And actually, I think for the October show, what they're going to try to do is actually get a bracket together, and they're going to have a tournament, a sumo tournament, which that should be really fun too. So even if you don't want to sumo, definitely come out and watch that, because it's pretty funny watching these guys in big suits trying to like run each other out of the ring. So definitely look forward to that in October. It should be pretty fun. And then we all went and pretty much hung out for a couple more hours after that. A little bit of alcohol consumption was done. I didn't do too much of it because I don't really drink too much. But it was cool just to hang out with all the guys and girls from the hobby, and a lot of the big names were there, and got to hang out with them. The Swamp Brothers were there. Get swamped! So that was kind of fun to hang out with those guys again. And then a lot of other big names in the industry, like Will Banks that does all the ball pythons, Kevin from Nerd. a lot of big guys were there, so it was kind of cool to see them, hang out with them, talk to them, and it was just a fun weekend. And then Sunday, we did the show again. On Sunday, it actually didn't open up till 11, which is kind of nice because all the guys that were drinking the night before, I'm sure they were pretty hungover. So it actually gave them a little bit more recovery time. And then the show went till about 4 o'clock. Actually, it did go till 4 o'clock, and it wasn't as busy on Sunday, but still a really cool show. And we packed everything up about 4 o'clock. Started packing. Probably got on the road around. It was probably about 5:30, and then we stopped to get something to eat. So we were really on the road around 6. We got back to Michigan around. It was probably around 11 o'clock, and then by the time we unloaded the van and got back to where we needed to go, it was probably about 12 o'clock. And then I woke up on Monday morning and took off left Michigan at probably around 9 o'clock, and then got back here around 3:15. So it wasn't too bad. It's probably about 6 hours. I took my time a little bit more getting home because it was just me coming home. So it was a 6 hours drive by myself, so that kind of sucked. And then got back before my wife and son actually got home from school. So it was nice to see them and hang out with them as soon as they got home, and basically spent last night just hanging out with them, and because I missed them, you know what I mean. That was probably the longest that I've been away from my son so far, and it was a little rough. So it was nice to come home and see them. But that's pretty much it. That was the show in a nutshell. Some real cool stuff that I got to see and got to talk to some cool people and stuff like that. So I'll actually show you some of the stuff that I got while I was at the show. Picked up a couple leopard geckos, but I'll show you the other stuff that I picked up. I guess I show you way too many leopard geckos anyway. So I'm going to show you the cool things that I picked up at the show. And here's a couple of them. I actually got some axolotls from Jay Summers. He breeds these guys, and they come in a couple different colors. This is actually a gold albino, and it also actually has, all three of the ones that I got actually have the jellyfish DNA in them, which actually they glow under a black light, which is pretty sweet. They glow like a greenish color. But this guy's the gold albino, and you can almost see it has a little bit of a greenish tint to it. And basically what that greenish tint is whenever they're doing like research on them or anything like that, they can just shine the black light over them to see which ones are in the project and stuff like that. That's basically why they started to do it. And then this guy is just a wild type, but he also has the jellyfish DNA as well, so he glows as well. And then this is actually a leucistic baby here. Hopefully you guys don't see any glare or anything. Trying to get the angle correct. He's a little bit smaller than the other two, but still very, very cool. And of course he has the jellyfish DNA as well. So he's really, really sweet. Which I might actually start getting more of these and maybe selling them at White Plains and stuff like that, because these guys are really, really cool. The next thing that I got is some Pac-Man frogs. Got these guys from, I believe it's Samurai Frogs. These guys are the blue ones, which are very, very cool. Real crazy looking, and then as they get a little bit older, even the blue comes in a little bit more. But very, very cool looking Pac-Mans. He had an adult blue one there that just kind of blew my mind, and that's why I got it, a few of these, let's put it that way. And then this one's actually one of the yellow line ones. It is an albino, and very, very crazy looking. And these guys are just babies too. They're probably about the size of a quarter, I would say. Maybe a little bit bigger than a quarter. But still really, really cool. And can't wait to grow these guys up to the size of a dinner plate. This one actually has more blue on it, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, I really like these guys. Ever since I saw them in Daytona 2 years ago, I've always wanted these guys, so I ended up getting some. And then another thing I got off of Jay Summers was actually a couple female Arrhenius. One is shedding and one is not, which these guys are very, very hard to come by anymore, especially females. Usually most people aren't going to sell females, especially not without a male or something like that. But you guys know that I love cave geckos, so whenever I saw these two females, and especially this big, I had to pick them up. So these guys are just very, very cool. Like, cool looking red eyes and, you know, the yellowish coloration, and these guys are just awesome. So I had to pick these guys up as well. Let you guys see those guys for a minute. So hopefully these ones I'll be able to breed maybe this year. If not, I'll breed them next year. No rush, because I just like cave geckos, and they're just kind of a hobby of mine to reproduce them. Because it's, like I said, it's very, very hard to find these guys anymore, just because not a lot of people are working with them, and they don't get imported hardly anymore. So just very, very cool. But anyway, that was some of the stuff that I picked up and some of the stuff that I did while I was away. Hopefully I'll be making some more videos here shortly of some of the babies that hatched out and stuff like that while I was gone. And if you guys want to see anything else or want me to make some other videos, got some other ideas while I was at the show. So just you know, comment below, visit the Facebook page, and let me know what you guys want to see. But anyway, that's it for this one. Probably getting a little lengthy again. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.